This is the advisor, and welcome back to my channel. Now, guys, before I get into the into today's topic, there is something I have to say. On Sunday, I got a call from overseas. It's from a young lady who had written to me back in June of last year, and I had given her some recommendations, and she just called me as a follow-up to tell me what's going on. You see, what had happened was that she, the video of the discussion I had with her is titled, I think it's titled, "It's Ugly Down There." And it was because this lady, she actually thought that her kitten, her private parts was ugly, and it made her feel very self-conscious, and she wasn't in a great frame of mind, and she couldn't have a relationship because men told her she was not she looked ugly down there, and she said that she heard her friends and men talking in that respect, in a jocular fashion lots of times, and because of that she had low self-esteem and didn't even want to show herself to a partner or to even enter relationships, based on that. And after my advice, it so happens that I won't say what I told her, but guys can go check out the video. I'll put the link in the description below. But suffice it to say that now she's happily married. She got married in January, and she's also expecting her first baby. Her husband, she says, is a very wonderful man who makes her feel loved, makes her feel treasured, makes her feel clean and wholesome. And she says thanks to me because she was actually taking advice and taking the opinion of the wrong kind of men. So go check it out. This is a lovely story, and I'm happy for her, and I'm glad that Carla was able to get some good advice that changed her life forever. She wants me to be the baby's godfather, and I'm quite prepared to do that. So I'll keep you guys abreast and send you pictures of me at the christening if it comes to that. Anyway, let me get into today's video. I have this friend. We were both in the police force together, and he now lives overseas. He has this friend in his 40s, early 40s, and he had some issues. And he told this gentleman to get in touch with me and to see if I could help. So I tried to help. Anyway, the person called me one evening, I think Sunday, and we spoke at length. Here is the gist of the matter, and here's my response. It seemed that this man had been seeing this young girl, this lady, for 11 years. They had been together for 11 years, but they had lived together for 5, going 6 years. So before that, they were like visiting. He said that from the first time he met her, he wanted to marry her. But the young lady, she had always declined. She just keeps saying that she doesn't think she has fixed her life enough to do something as permanent as marriage. Her life isn't fixed up enough. She doesn't think she has. He didn't go into detail, but like she feels she should have achieved more, have been in a better position in life before marriage. He was willing to take her in as she is, but she wasn't willing to come in as she was. Anyway, they started living together after about 6 years, and therefore now what has happened is that she moved in with him. He bought a house because he was renting. When she came into his life and decided to move in with him, he bought a house and he put her there, and she was living with her kids, and he took care of her. He took care of her kids. He didn't have any. No, he said one of the things that bothers him is that Whenever he said he was prepared to be a total father to these children, and he says that he is the one who funds them, like take care of their needs. He said government partially do what they can in child support, but he actually takes up a lot of the slack, and he had no problem doing it over the earlier years. But he said what has happened. He said that the father gives very little. The father of the three kids, because she has three daughters, the father of these three daughters give very little support. However, whenever there's a PTA meeting or the girls are involved in any activities, sports day, recitals, or any activity at school, she doesn't let him come to any of the recitals or any of the sports meet or to PTA. She carries the father of the kids. So the father of the kids is always going to her to any function that involves the children, even though he is the father figure in the house and he is financing them. He said that is like he feels sort of left out. He said eventually what happened is that the eldest child turned 21 and she got pregnant probably at her own age 19. She eventually had the baby and was living in the house. She's now 21 years old and has this young child, and it's like she's a single mother. She is with the mother, with the baby, and is lazy, not doing anything in the house, and it's just like sponging off the mother and him, just as she has been when she was underage. He eventually now realized that she's taking advantage of the situation. He asked her to leave, and she eventually moved out and went on her own, found a job and moved on. He said also that when they just moved into the house, he said he bought a big enough house so each of the girls could have their own room and so on and have enough space. And eventually, within months, her mother decided that she wanted a new life, and therefore the mother also moved in. And the mother was going on with a lot of antics, bringing in other men, different type of men into the house, and he didn't want that. And eventually, after about a year and maybe 18 months, he actually had to tell the mother to leave. The mother eventually leave. As soon as the mother leave, one of her brother who had lived elsewhere, married with children, moved into a bungalow on the same premises, a self-contained two-bedroom bungalow on the same premises, fully self-contained, with heating, washing machine, kitchen, bath, everything. And but this one was for rental, but because the man was renting it for an income before her brother moved in. But after the brother moved in, they say, all right, you are going to pay the rent. Now, the brother paid the rent in a haphazard way. He paid when he want to, don't pay when he don't feel like. And therefore, after about another 18 months of that, the man had to tell them to move on too, because he needed the money. So eventually the man got fed up and he sought love outside, because their relationship had become very, very strained, because she was not paying him any attention. She was paying attention more to the kids and her family. They were like getting the full support. Even he felt that the baby father or ex-husband, as the case may be, the father for the three kids, was the one who seemed to be getting more respect than him. So he went out there, found love. He had a work colleague. He and the work colleague got together and they started having an affair, and eventually she got pregnant. That little baby now is going 2 years old. And he has custody. He and the mother had joint custody of the child, so they have equal time with the baby. The baby will stay with the mother a certain period of time, and he have a certain period of time, and there has been no conflict. But since the baby was born, his significant other in the house moved out and lived with her, gone, and she and her daughter, the big daughter, found a place and they moved together. So all three girls now are now living back with the mother, and the mother is, looking after them, and he's living alone in his house. So he and the lady who has the baby for him, they did not stay together. They parted as good friends and all of that, and they have a very cordial relationship. However, the woman is using this against him to say she's not coming back into the relationship because she doesn't want to encounter the child, and because he has a child with another woman, and he understands that, but he doesn't want to let go of this earlier woman that he have had, this one. He doesn't want to let go of her, and he's trying to ask me if I think that it would be able to work, and if you think it's possible that she'll change her mind and she'll marry him now that he and the lady who had the child for him is not gonna get back together and they are living separate lives. He wants her to come back and live with him. But this woman now is saying that she's not coming back unless her daughter can come back and live under the same roof too, with her baby and her lazy ass. So he is saying now he doesn't know what to do. The lady is saying, all right, she want to think about it and so on. But you say it's been going 2 years now, and she said they still meet up from time to time, and she does pop over by the house now and again, and maybe sleep over one night or so on, or they will meet up elsewhere. But so far, there seems to be no movement, no further movement, and he's still waiting to hear whether she's going to come back or not. So I think basically what he wants to know is, he's wondering if it's time for him to just cut and run, or to wait to see if she's going to make a decision, and if that decision could be made without including the 21-year-old lazy ass daughter. So he needed my advice, and basically my advice to him was, well, one of the first things he said about the young lady when she came on the phone was, she's a beautiful and caring person. I understand that she may be beautiful, and for all intents and purposes, she might be caring. It's just that she's not caring towards you. None of this care. As a matter of fact, she has no feelings. She has no consideration for your feelings. And that should be a red flag right there. One of the things I want to know also is, what were the causes of her breakup with that baby father, the man that she had the 3 daughters for? Was it a case where you were in the picture before they broke up, and it was because he found out why she had to move on and move in with you? That's very important, because the fact that she is so tight with him and she still recognizes him in every way as the father, and have him do all the fathers, and she big him up in the public as the father, means that she has more respect for him as their father than you who are financing them. And that suggests that the reason why she wouldn't want to marry you is because she's hoping against hope that at some time this man would take her back. I think so, because she does everything she can to accommodate this man, and in public, she and this man appears. She wanted to appear in public as if she and this man is still an item, and she respects him as the child's father. That she respects him and care about his feelings so much that she's not even gonna pressure him to do his parental duties of financing his children properly. So she'll make any excuse and she'll pressure you, because she doesn't really care about your feelings. She cares about his. chances are, since you moved out, she and that man have probably been sleeping together, or at least have been together for a while. And as a matter of fact, maybe they never even stopped being together on the side since being with you. Because if you were willing to take care of the kids, you were willing to take care of her with all the problems that she comes with and finance her and deal with her in every single way possible, then I don't see why she would turn down the marriage proposal that you had put towards her. You ask me if I think you should cut your losses. But, brethren, what losses? What losses you gonna cut? You can't, Bridget, here's what. You cannot lose what you never had. And you never had this woman. You had her physical body around you sometimes, but her mind, her spirit, her soul was never yours. So you never had her. And if all you had was the body, you never had anything. So you were just being used. Say, thank God it's your home. Try to move on. Take care of your daughter. And just simply move on. There is nothing there. There never was anything there. She needed you so she could piggyback on you to help out with the kids. She needed you so she could piggyback on you to help out with her mother, with her brother, with any other family member, help out with her husband or farmer husband or baby father. So you were never part of her life, really, in the true sense. You were just an emergency stop. An emergency stop that had overstayed your welcome. So I'm telling you, I think, I never ask you, but right now I'm suspecting that the fact that she's seeing you, now that she has moved out and has moved on, obviously, but she's still seeing you, I bet every time she sees you, she digs into your pocket. And the only reason why she keep you hanging on is because she wants to dig in your pocket, and because you are, I suspect that there's no time that she sees you or meet with you that she doesn't dig into your pocket to get something to go home to look after her lazy ASS 21-year-old daughter plus her other kids, and to do the other things she wants in her life, or to give to her mother or her brother or whoever else, or to give to the man. And I think that's the only way. And if you doubt me, the next 6 times that she come by you, don't give her anything. Don't give her anything. And see if she comes back. And that will prove you that you were just an emergency stop. And you were just used, and you have overstayed your welcome, sir. Have more respect for yourself. Now move on, get on with your life, and don't ever let a beautiful face fool you. Just leave that alone, right? Well, that was the advice I gave him, and I think he decided he is going to do that to just prove to himself. So he say and I'm waiting to see the results of that. So he say he'll be calling me back and tell me, and I'm gonna give you guys a follow-up. All right, like, share, leave a comment, and for God's sake, please subscribe to the channel. Okay.